Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the original. Now this one here, dude, this revolutionized skateboarding games forever, dude. And we can all agree that this was a pretty good game for its time. But let me tell you, dude, when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 dropped, bro, this game tops Pro Skater 1 in every single way. This game is something special, man. We starting off with that Neversoft intro, baby. Dude, let me tell you, man, every single Neversoft intro I've ever seen always goes crazy. They never disappoint. We have Activision and Neversoft. Bro, these two paired together just create bangers, especially in the old days, you know, PS1, PS2, they made some fucking straight bangers. I don't know about Activision nowadays, but they used to be fucking fire. I mean, that's a classic. We all know that riff. So actually going into the game here, the main menu is awesome, man. I love it. It's kind of, you're on a skating wheel and then you turn the wheel to kind of select what you want to do. And obviously, we know Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. The modes we got up in here, career mode, single session, free skate. We have a creative skater, a park editor, options, of course. We have a 2-player as well. I mean, what can you expect? We all should know this by now. So let's go ahead and create a skater and hop into career mode. So I'm sure everybody who clicked on this video knows, you know, the premise of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for the most part, right? At least the earlier games. The other ones kind of get into some crazy shit. But the early classic games, man, basically career mode is you go into these various maps, amazing maps by the way, and you go in to complete various, you know, goals, such as the high scores, of course, collecting the skate letters, classic, finding secret tapes, as well as doing a lot of other miscellaneous tasks throughout each missions. There's a bunch of cool stuff to do. And on my first run with my creative skater on Hanger, for some odd reason, my skater decided to lay on the ground and start levitating. I couldn't do anything. The timer ran out, and I couldn't even do anything, dude. So in career mode, with every goal you complete, you do earn a little bit of cash, as well as you can find like 50 bucks, 100 bucks around the map as well. And you can use the cash to buy, you know, boards, I believe, buy extra fucking shit for your character, as well as stat points. That's the thing I always buy. I mean, stat points is just like what you need. I always upgrade my rail balance, my manual, and my ollie. That's the 3 main for me, I'm not gonna lie. As well as in career, man, you go through tournaments, a few tournaments throughout the career, and tournaments is basically, I mean, you try to get the highest score possible. You have 3 runs to do so, to try and get the highest score possible. And you go against all the other pro skaters, and whoever has the highest points, you need at least 3rd place to get that bronze, which is what I got, but 2nd or 1st is also, honestly, give me that 1st place. But I'm not super good at this game. Pro Skater 3 is, I go crazy in that game, dude, let me tell you. But I got the bronze, sadly. But talking about the career once again, I mean, it's a pretty good career. It's pretty repetitive, if you ask me, but the levels do give a lot of variety. It's not like, being repetitive is not a bad thing, man. Mind you, it's not a bad thing when it comes to this game. The gameplay is addictive, man. Straight up addictive. You can really just kind of play this for hours upon hours and really not even get bored, man. It's a pretty fucking good game. And let's move on to the actual levels themselves. Now, besides Pro Skater 3, as I think you already can tell by how much I'm referencing it, Pro Skater 3 is my favorite of all time. But the levels in this game are straight classics. There are some like absolute classics. Hanger, the first one, that's a classic. School 2, honestly one of the best Tony Hawk's you know, maps of all time. School 2, Venice Beach, We have New York. We have a lot of various ones in this game here. School 2 is my favorite in the game, in my opinion, but the levels are really good. Love the level design. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do, a lot of secret areas in these maps, which I really always will never complain about in these kind of games, man. It's awesome to have secrets. But since we're here, you want to know what my favorite Tony Hawk level of all time is? Pro Skater 3, of course. Suburbia. Suburbia from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, man, on PS2. Whew. I don't know what it is about that map, man. It's my favorite. Now that we've finished up career, let's move on to single session. Now, single session, as you can imagine, you go into a map, you pick what map you want to do, and it's a single session. You have 2 minutes to get the highest score possible, and you basically, you know, that's it. That's fucking it, man. And of course, we have free skate. I mean, I don't even need to explain. I'm sure all y'all know what free skate is all about. Moving on to the controls, man. Now, this had a huge improvement compared to Pro Skater 1. Huge improvement on the controls, but it's a PS1 game. Let's be real, man. What PS1 game has like actually really good fluid controls? No PS1 game has actual good fluid controls, man. So the controls in this game are not that good. Let's be real. They are still very playable. You can definitely play with this. It's still fun, man. It's still addictive, but they are a little raggedy, a little sloppy. In my opinion, dude, Pro Skater 3 perfected the control scheme in these skateboarding games. Pro Skater 3 is the best skateboarding game of all time. I mean, I'm a dick rider, man. I dick ride Pro Skater 3. You can fight me in the comments for that. But the controls in this game are kind of sloppy, a little raggedy. But hey, man, we can still agree it's still a fucking fun-ass game. And this game brought 2 super huge features that the first game did not have that really stepped this up. Manuals and reverts. So for some reason, I don't know why they didn't have manuals in the first game. I feel like manuals is a super huge fucking part of skateboarding. I remember trying to manual and fucking falling on my back a lot of times back when I used to actually skateboard. But hey, man, we have manuals and reverts in this, and it makes the game infinitely better. So overall, this game is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. This shaped a generation of kids. Now, my first ever Tony Hawk game that I ever played was Pro Skater 3. And if you have, you know, a lot of people started with the first one, the second one, the third one, and all that. And this series in general has gotten me into skateboarding, especially when I was a teenager, when I was super, you know, into skateboarding because of these games. I had my own skateboard. I have skateboards over here. I have a longboard. I have a few boards that I built myself. I have a toy machine and a Blind. Blind is my favorite skateboard brand of all time, by the way. But yeah, man, if this game series has ever, you know, encouraged you to skateboard at some point in your life, like me when I was a teenager, let me know down below in the comments. I'm curious. But even though I don't skate anymore, skateboarding in general is always going to have a huge part of my life because of, number one, these games are super fun. I respect the hell out of skateboarders because of how fucking hard it is. I can never do a kickflip, man. I'm not gonna lie. I could only ollie and do a shove it until I quit. And the soundtracks in these games, absolutely legendary, especially in Pro Skater 3. I'm a dick rider, you already know. But the soundtracks in this game really kind of shaped the kind of music I listen to for the most part. I mean, I'm nowadays I'm into like electronic music and stuff, which this isn't, but bro, the soundtracks in the Tony Hawk games, in every Tony Hawk game even, they have some good ass soundtracks. I mean, they don't disappoint with the music. And now it's time to rate Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on PlayStation 1. Sadly, I'm alone here. We don't have Baby Brady to help us review like we used to do back in the old days. But if you remember in my 500 sub special video where Baby Brady, decided to betray me and try to get me killed. I mean, he's a hitman, a full-time hitman, so I can't really complain. That's just his job. So, what the Baby Brady, my man, what the fuck you doing? I literally witnessed you explode. How are you alive right now?
I told you I'd be back, Brady. I'm more powerful than you realize.
Damn, I mean, you're a fucking floating head. Anything's possible at this point. I mean, of course you can survive explosions. I'm here. I'm glad you came in at the perfect time. I'm here reviewing Pro Skater 2.
Yo, that game is fire.
Yeah, this game is fucking fire, man. I remember doing 2-player with you before you decided to betray me and all. But hey, I think we can forget about all that and we can continue the family tradition and review these fucking retro games. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan, Brady.
Hell yeah, baby Brady. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, Pro Skater 2. What are you gonna rate this?
Pro Skater 2 is an 8 out of 10.
Literally what I was thinking, 8 out of 10, straight up phenomenal. Still, you know, the thing that brings it down in my opinion is the controls, even though it's still very fun to play. The controls is the only really downside of this game, let's be real. The graphics are also really nice too, we can't even lie. For PS1 standards, pretty good graphics. Fuck out of here, Baby Brady. Well, that's weird that Baby Brady decided to appear at this perfect moment. We did witness him explode into blood and guts. So everyone, if you enjoy retro gaming content, we do one upload a week. Every once in a while, we do bonus episodes as well. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy retro gaming content of all variety of retro gaming. We have a lot of shit up on here, as well as if you want to try and, you know, become a channel member, get some bonuses, you know, get early access to videos, get member shout outs and all that kind of juicy shit. I have the members open if you want to join. So go take a look at that and see if any of it interests you. And of course, man, of course you don't have to. You don't have to at all. It's just a little extra thing to help me out to keep putting out this banger content for you guys. And yeah, man, Pro Skater 2, absolute banger. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll catch you next time on the BR8DY Show. Peace out, everyone.